Hello. Hey, Tammy.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Lisa.
everybody.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Good to
What's
see you all.
what's happening?
It's warm.
Oh,
It's like 60 something right now. I'm so
that's
excited.
amazing.
Yes. How about you, Lisa?
Last I checked, we were 50.
I'll take it,
But
right?
I'm looking now because I'm curious.
hmm
Glenn
I'll
said
swear
her,
50s, the 50s are warm in the mountains.
yeah, 50. And Gwen said my wall clock is fast a few minutes, thought I was late.
Oh,
Every clock in my house is off.
hmm I
Drives me
don't.
nuts.
We have like one clock, I think, in our house. Otherwise, we use our phones. That's something I need to invest in is like pocket watches that you have to wind up. I'd
Yep.
like to have some of those, you know?
We have, well, I guess when I say clocks, it's more the things on the electronics, like the
hmm
microwave and the
hmm
coffee pot and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, I just, the stove, I don't even go by it
Yeah, we got
anymore.
one on the stove. True. We got two clocks.
Hey, Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly, glad you're with us.
Hey, Rebecca.
3 days after bitter freezing weather, and one of my pear trees is now covered with bloom. Well, that's good. It's
Oh,
covered
that's.
now.
I don't want mine to get blooms. I hope they don't because we're supposed to have another cold thingy coming through.
Are you?
Yeah, that's what my husband said. He tries to stay on top of those predictions when they're like 10 days out and stuff.
Wow.
I know. I mean, we might get snow and stuff. And I don't, that's what happened the first year we were here. Hey, Kevin, Tuber Chat. Good to see you.
Hey, Kevin.
Um, that we had it, like a fake spring, if you will. And then we had a cold blast come through and I didn't get any fruit that year. Hey, Gail.
I
Oh,
was,
look at there.
I was looking for something a little more
I don't
clear.
even know how to do that. You'll have to show me how to do that. I didn't know we could.
Hey, Gail. Hey, Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage.
Mhm. So I saw you've been up to a lot of fun stuff. And what a
Lots of,
perfect name for the live because you're learning all kinds of new skills.
oh, I love learning stuff. It's so
I do
fun.
too. It's really good for you too. Grows neurons.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes you have to, I mean, this is more a want, but I mean, it's definitely a useful skill. And
hmm
um, I think that,
Absolutely. Hey, Heather.
it's a hobby.
hmm
But I think for goal setting, sometimes you have to learn new
hmm
skills to achieve your goals. Like, if
Yeah.
you're saying that you want to build a garden and you really haven't gardened much before or at
hmm
all, you've
hmm
got to learn those skills. And
hmm
same thing with canning, and
hmm
like you did pressure canning,
hmm
you had to learn a new skill to do it. And I
Yeah.
think that's really important.
Yeah.
And I try to learn like all the skills related to what how we live and all that.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I'm just finding it enjoyable.
Yeah. And as we get older, it's really good for us,
Hmm.
you know? Kind of
Absolutely.
prevents the cognitive decline.
Absolutely.
You know,
Suburban hillbilly, that is not does not sound dumb at all. You
no,
have to relearn.
yeah, you do. I got myself a Spanish English book because I speak Spanish, but I don't have the opportunity to speak much Spanish now, right? Whereas you could go anywhere in Arizona, you have an opportunity to speak Spanish. And if you've got brown hair, you will be approached in Spanish. It just is what it is, right? So I always liked that I had the opportunity to do that. And I don't get that opportunity as much now. So I got a Spanish English book to read so that I could help kind of stay on top of that.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I don't want to lose it. It's been a lot of
No, I don't.
years being able to speak it, and it's not like my first language by any means.
Right,
But,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree, Gwen. I mean, it's putting your
mhm,
skills to use in a different way.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It is. And you know what? There's so like learning all these different skills. When I was in high school, I was on track and cross country. That was like my jam. I just was a runner. Don't put me in any sports that require coordination. Way too big.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I hit a hotkey so by mistake.
But in track, I can remember that like for that they had us go through these practices of like jumping, like just jumping in place, and they had us do these kind of weird exercises that weren't necessarily like just jogging or whatever. And they said because if you expand your skill set in one area, it could cause a burst in a skill set in another area. And then I'm going to share one other thing, and that might be physically related, but we're really talking about how the brain works, right? Muscle memory and the brain. But then another thing that I heard was if you learn music, for example, it will help you to be able to better comprehend math. Or there's another one related to, what was it? Oh my gosh, it was something else.
Hey, Leanne.
Maybe I'll think of it in a minute. But my whole point is when you learn any new skill, you're actually growing neurons, and it's going to make other things easier. Like, I think the last example I was going to give was related to foreign languages, but I don't remember. I can't tell you what that's tied to. But learning these new skills really help you in other areas that might not be blatantly obvious.
Mm-hmm.
My point.
Oh, I agree. I mean, because, like creativity,
Mm-hmm.
if you take creativity and in anything you do, I'm sorry, if you are creative in one area, you can take that to other things that you do.
Yeah. Yep.
Excuse me.
Gwen, oh, what a bummer. My friend was the hurdle person, not me. I'm only like 5'1". I did the quarter mile and the 100-meter. So I was a baton passer for the quarter mile. That's how you do when you're running. You kind of go past them and anyway.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny. I've been talking to a lot of people about the fiber spinning, and
Mm-hmm.
I said that it's like it's almost dangerous, this group that I go to every
Mm-hmm.
week, because they do such beautiful things, and that's all I want to do is it all. you
Mm-hmm.
know, except quilting. I can live without quilting, but
That's what I want to do.
yeah, you should.
I need to, and I did. Okay, so I have a couple things to help me do that. I'm going to take myself off camera so I can get my supplies and show you what I got going on. Hang
All
on, I'll be right
right.
back.
I have never dealt well with stupid. Gwen. Heather needs lots of music. Suburban Hillbilly loves to quilt. Yeah, Leanne likes to quilt too.
My husband's saying what he always says is stupidity kills, and it does.
Sure does.
It sure does.
Sure does.
Is this the one I'm thinking of? All right, so I got this cool book, and I actually, it's a binder. Somebody copied this book or magazine, or I don't know. Do you see what it says? 101 patchwork pot holders.
Oh, neat.
Look at all of those.
What a great place to start.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me baby steps, man. Let me make a bunch of pot holders that are quilted. And then you can see it has like,
Hey, Karen.
see all the directions. It does this for every single one. And then it also has, look, it's got the cutouts.
Wow.
For the shapes and stuff. So I have that, and I feel like that's going to be a great place for me to start. I want to start doing that this year, but I don't know when just yet. And then I also got myself this. It's a little placemat set.
Oh,
Set of
nice.
6. I got this at Joann's. It was on sale, and I had a coupon, so I got a really good deal.
That's super cute.
And then see, it's got the quilting and stuff.
It's like a whole quilt in a package.
Yeah, just for placemats.
That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that fun? So I feel like between the two of these, I ought to get it. Like I ought to, start to get it anyways. Hey Karen. Hey Leanne. Yeah, Leanne's quilts. Oh my goodness, they're
Oh, I
beautiful.
know. Gwen said, make sure your fabric is 100% cotton. If it's a blend, the heat from a pan will melt the
Okay.
polyester in it, as well as the cotton batting.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, but I do buy fabric from Joann's and I get a lot of the cotton fabric.
Is your Joann's closing?
So maybe the one that I go to in person, maybe. I'm so bummed. I'm waiting for the crazy sales too.
Yeah, I think ours is staying open.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mine's like an
said
hour away, hour and a half, I think.
I get mixed information. I looked online and they
Do you
say
see what
that,
she said? No.
well, see, that's the mixed information that I get on a social media post. I might see all of them are closing, but I looked at
Mm-hmm.
Joann's and they said they were only closing certain stores.
What? What?
Yeah. I don't go to
Wow.
Joann's. I used to do it in Connecticut and
I
North
do.
Carolina, but it's I don't know. I go to end up going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's.
I I like Joann's for their fabric and their yarn. And I feel like Hobby Lobby's more decoration focused and Michael's is more artist focused, like drawing and stuff
Gotcha.
like that, painting and whatnot. I don't know, that's just me. That's my take on them. Like if I would say this one's your go-to for this one's your go-to for that, and Joann's is your go-to for fabric and yarn. What are we gonna do? That's like I have their app.
Yeah, I looked on a thing they had and they said that ours was staying, so
They
I
were
don't
good
know.
at.
Now and then I hear things like, "Oh, they're all closing," but I don't know.
Wow.
Right now they're showing mine
Oh,
open
Karen, what a bummer.
on their website. They're showing them open.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Walmart fabric. Is it good? You know what I mean? Like, is it good? I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, Gil likes all of those. I'm the person, I couldn't tell you the last time I went into a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby just because I ended up going into Joann's.
Mhm. Mhm.
Bummer.
Yeah. Sad.
Hmm. So, what's
Um
everybody in the chat been working on with their skills?
I'm a total snob when it comes to quilt fabric. The only thing I'm snobbish about, yeah, we have a fabric store in town, and boy, I tell
We
you,
got some. Aren't they expensive though? Like
they're
Joann's is cheap.
expensive, but I have to tell you, the fabric is absolutely
Mhm.
beautiful.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you were a quilter and you wanted to dye for fabric,
Mhm.
I would say you're getting better quality fabric because I'm
Huh.
looking at some of it and I'm like,
Oh.
dang.
Yeah. All right, Heather. I like what she said. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hope for that. I'm gonna hope they get renamed.
And Gail said she's working on gardening.
I'm starting to get the garden bug. I mean, the gardening itch. Maybe I should call it.
I keep
No
pushing
bugs
it
yet.
away.
What'd you say?
I keep pushing it away. I'm like normally I have stuff started by now. I haven't started anything, and I'm like, it's all good. It's all good.
Higher quality at Quilch. Okay, we have some of those. Maybe I need to give them a try.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely higher prices, but you pay for what you get.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
just don't always sew just quilts though. I like to sew clothes and stuff like that.
it depends on what you're doing. Like, say you're making your granddaughter's
Mhm.
clothing. Well, they're gonna grow out of it. I wouldn't spend a ton
Yep.
of money.
Yep.
Or they're gonna maybe tear a hole in it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I get that, but if you're making a quilt, all that work that goes into the quilt, I totally get the higher prices.
Mhm.
And they have like clearance.
Yeah.
Like ours has she actually has a crib.
So true.
She has a crib with the bolts in it, and she calls it the clearance crib.
Mhm.
That's what I bought the fabric that I made those cloth paper towels and,
Mhm.
and napkins out of.
Mhm.
And It worked out great.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. Suburban hillbilly doesn't sound dumb at all.
That's awesome, Rebecca. I mean, you're seeing
Exactly.
progress.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a part of it. I'm
Yep.
glad you're doing it.
Yep.
Make dresses you can add to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. Oh, it's awesome though, because my daughter's, she's got the 4 kids and she's got the 3 girls, right?
Mhm.
So I will see the younger ones wearing the clothes that I've made. And I'm not buying expensive fabric, but what I've seen is that the clothes that I made are lasting to go
Yes.
on to the next kid.
You want to know why? Because you made them.
That's what I think that it is. I
Yeah.
think just sewing them yourself
Yep.
is like everything that you buy clothes wise, it's all so cheaply made anymore.
The stitches don't even hold.
The stitches don't hold. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Karen's been painting,
Painting. My garden is under snow ice.
baking. Hmm.
Yeah, Karen. My garden is defrosting today because we're 50 past couple days, but
Hmm.
we were windy yesterday. Oh my word! Still
Mm.
dusty.
Hmm. That's
Yesterday
not
the
fun.
trees were swaying.
Yeah. Wind is not fun.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Heather, I nerded out on organization of fabric last night.
Nice.
Love that.
I nerded out on fulling, which is when you're done spinning the yarn,
Hmm.
you put it in hot water with soap and you
Okay.
let it sit for 20 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then you drain the sink, fill it with cool, squeeze it out and fill it with cool water, but you have to be careful so you don't felt it.
Hmm.
Um, so I got all 3 skeins that I made washed and soaked in cold water, and they're almost dry now. So then I can put them in, wind them up in cakes, and start making my throat
Oh,
blanket
that's awesome.
of my fiber yarn.
And they're wool, right? That's the
all
wool.
different, all
Okay.
different. Like they're all mixes of different things. Like the class, they had us spin. I don't remember what they were because it just was a lot to take in.
Hmm.
But it's like all different kinds of wool because she wanted us to feel
Mm.
the different feels and
So like alpaca, sheep,
merino wool and
the rabbit wool. Did you
no,
get
no
rabbit?
rabbit.
Oh, okay.
But like,
Who else makes wool? It's alpacas, sheep.
well, here, hang on, I got one behind me.
Okay.
So this is this one is ATSA, which is a breed of sheep. Um,
Hmm.
so it's wool blended with Surrey silk.
Oh, look at here what Gwen said. Different sheep have different types of wool. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Yep. And then
I did
there's
not know.
yak, alpaca,
Linda at another
angora.
time has sheep. I
Huh?
wonder if she does the whole saving the wool thing. I'll have to ask her.
Oh, Gwen's been puppying. That little puppy is so cute.
Oh, she's
So
been
teeny.
puppying. Oh no. Yeah,
Oh,
they do that. They'll keep you up, that's for sure.
no kidding. But yeah, it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. I was laughing at we did treadle wheels where
Uh-huh.
you use your feet and
Mhm.
they're basically bi-directional. They don't lock in one place.
Mhm.
And so you have to control which direction it goes. Oh my gosh.
Did you see this?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness. How in the world? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And it won.
Well, yeah, I
That's
can imagine spinning dog hair. If it's longer, yeah.
It'd have to be, right?
Yeah, short fibers are really hard to spin.
But even like, maybe it was one of those ones that got like the. Have you seen the dogs that have that hair that looks like hair?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
goats have cashmere.
Yep. Yep. My one of the girls in
Huh.
my fiber group collects the cashmere. She's been collecting it for years.
From the goats?
Yep.
How?
When you brush it.
So they brush them to get it. Okay.
So one of her goats gets a whole bunch of like a cashmere coat in the wintertime. And
Wow.
so
I didn't know that. Gwen, have you ever done that? I'll say she's got mad skills, Leanne. That's crazy.
no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know like cotton is really short fibers and it's hard to spin,
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
German Shepherd hair.
You know what I've been doing the last several days? And we'll be doing it again tonight. Is using my freeze-dried food from Thrive Life
Oh, nice.
and getting my, dehydrated Mylar bags, meals in a jar. I'm videoing some of it. So for some of these, I'm going to, show a jar so you can actually see what's in there. And then do some Mylar bags also. But I have so many of those pantry cans from Thrive Life.
Good for you. Hey,
I'm
Jennifer
wondering what
Ocean. Hey,
everybody
Troy.
I wonder what everybody does with those cans.
Well, once you open them is really the problem.
Exactly. So when I use them, I need to use them up. And
Right.
then whatever's not used, I have to put into another jar so I can see what's in there because I don't want to waste a Mylar bag for that. Put it in a jar and do the vacuum sealer on it.
Right. Right. I
Yeah,
should do that.
yeah, because I have all these ingredients, right?
Yep.
And I don't want to first off, the cans got to go. Like I need more space.
Well, they're
And
like, well,
then
how big are the cans? Aren't they like 10 pounds? Not 10 pounds.
they're not the 10-pound ones.
Hey,
They're
Barb.
like okay, so I used a little bit of like the bell peppers, for example. And what was left fits into a quart size jar with a little bit of a gap. So that's how much is in like those cans. I think that if I was to empty all of them, they would possibly overflow maybe a little bit on a quart size jar, but that's about what's in there as far as I can tell.
Okay.
They're not too big. This is a very large coffee cup and
Mm-hmm.
they're a little bigger than that. They're not too
Okay. I got the big cans.
the 10 pound. Oh gosh, those do take up some space. I got some of those too, Lisa.
I've got one of like peanut butter powder.
Did you? That was a good idea.
It was cheap, and I was like, I'm going to have it on
Heck
hand, but it's like
yeah.
you really don't need enough peanut butter to justify it.
Yeah, you can cook with it though and make all kinds of protein stuff.
I know it.
hmm Yeah, I did. So I did some of them, the pantry cans, like I put the stuff in a pint sized jar and then I put put it this way, I can fit a pint sized jar in there.
Yeah.
And, it's got a little room above and around. But I figured I'm not going to label this, I'll stick it in this can for right now. And because I've got more stuff to make. So I need to get busy, get a bunch of meals made.
Well, and see, there's a good point. Like, because there's, using other skills, right? And if you don't
hmm
know them, you got to learn them or you got to
Yep.
get the equipment,
Yep.
to help you meet your pantry goals and all that
Yep.
stuff.
Even for things like figuring out with that, how much you can fit into a quart size Mylar bag. It should be what you can fit into a quart jar, but ooh, it's tight. Getting it all in there, dropping your oxygen absorbers in there with
Right.
sealing them, getting that timed well. I mean, there's a lot of little things with that, and just knowing how to cook that food too.
Oh, yeah.
You've either made it with your own freeze dryer like you do, or
Yep.
you've bought it like I do. Now what you gonna do with it? You need to learn how to cook with it and have
Right.
those recipes down. So I can't show you because it's not printed, but I typed up the Thrive Life has these nice little. I bought a chef's pack once because they had a sale on it, and it came with little recipe cards.
Oh,
So that was
nice.
fun. I mean, there's books out there you can use too, but for the video that I'm doing for Freeze Dried February, that
Yep.
collaboration, my video goes out Friday. I'm sharing some of the recipes from the chef pack. That's what I'm doing. I'm sharing that because that's
Nice.
how I buy it. I buy the bulk cans on sale, and you can get like the reshipping thing, and it's like $100. That's with tax and everything, and
Wow.
you get like 6 different cans of stuff. I feel like it's a better deal than buying like the backpacking meals,
Oh, absolutely.
and it's better quality.
Well, and it doesn't have some of the preservatives that they put in theirs. Even
Hmm.
though it's freeze dried, sometimes those backpacker meals have a lot of sodium and stuff.
The salt. Yes, that's my problem.
You know,
Oh, do you see Barb? She's doing some
yeah.
canning.
Yep. She just learned how to make jam. She's going to make apple butter jam tomorrow.
Isn't it fun? I need to can again. I haven't had time yet. Yeah. Um,
But
Susan over at the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Barb, is doing a canning collaboration, open canning collaboration for the month of March. So, Barb, you'll have to go check out Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. And if you're up for making some jam, hers is starting right Saturday. So, just a
is
heads up.
apple butter jam or jelly? I don't think it's either one. I think it's
But an
butter is
apple
what they
butter.
call it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. I love apple butter. Yeah, check that out. I like to do collaborations. There's also, since Leanne's in here, might as well mention her. She's got the Pies of March going on the month of March. So all kinds of good pie recipes coming out.
My daughter went to a friend's house last weekend and helped her learn how to make apple pie jam. She had to take all of her stuff because the
Yum.
girl had nothing. Yeah.
Wow. Yum.
I just tell you, I am thrilled. We're almost at March, and the reason why is because our weather guy says we may have cold spells,
Mm-hmm.
but no more Arctic nonsense for us.
Yay.
Lord, I hope he's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yes, the Pies of March. Oh my gosh. I love watching all those videos every year. I've even occasionally done some of people's recipes and done like shorts of the recipes from that collaboration. Tested true recipes. They were really good.
Yum.
Mhm. Yeah, my canning. It is so fun. The last time I did it, Lisa, when I was like, "Yay, I don't have to sterilize these jars." That right there made it so much more enjoyable for me. Just knowing I didn't have to have two ginormous pots on my stove,
Yeah.
and then taking them out of the water, it's just obnoxious. It was fun. Then it was fun. I was like, "Yeah, I need to do this. I need to do this more."
You were talking about muscle memory earlier, and
Mhm.
it's funny. So, and the reason why I bring this up is, how we're always used to doing things with our dominant hands.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, one of the things is, I don't know about some of you, but I'm getting older.
Mhm. Yeah, me
In the carpal tunnel from working on a computer my whole life.
too. Mhm.
Um, so one of the things that I've been doing when I learn to spin is I've been trying to do it with both hands.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have the muscle memory,
Mhm.
right? Because what
Yeah.
happens, I had this death grip on, which is typical newbie thing. I got this death grip on the fiber.
Mhm.
And I woke up the other night and my arm was killing me
Oh my gosh, from doing that. Wow.
because all I did was use the one. So what I've been trying to do is switch back and forth so I build muscle memory.
Yeah.
So that way, it's two wrists versus one all the time.
Mhm.
But muscle memory is so important.
Mhm.
You could do
Yeah.
something for a few minutes each day and build your muscle memory.
Yep. Yep. And a lot of times I have to do like I'll want to do things with my hands. Even if I'm learning. I'm a note taker. I'm an avid note taker because I find when I write it out, it helps me remember it better.
Right. Me
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm. So there's some linkage to the brain going on there.
Definitely.
Jennifer Ocean Homestead, now I want pie. I haven't decided what pie I'm going to make yet. I'm in that. I need to figure out which pie I want to make.
Cool.
I know. So fun. So fun. So yummy.
I can't even get videos done with Ryan home all the time. So
Is it a struggle?
yeah, it is. I still have the collab thing that you did. I mean, I'm not doing any collabs, but that one that
Mm-hmm.
the prepping book, and
Yeah.
I've got some other stuff. And then
Oh,
it
I
was
forgot about that.
cold, and I'm like,
You know what? Sometimes everybody needs a break too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a lot
Mm-hmm.
going on. I mean, I have a ton of shorts uploaded. I haven't even released them because I got to tag them.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to start doing that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Leanne's got room.
Yeah, I guess email
Anybody
Leanne.
wants to join the pie collaboration? Leanne has room for three more days, so reach out to her.
Exactly, Gwen.
You know we got some
Yeah,
good cooks in here. Yep. You've read it, you've heard it, and you've written it. Yep, yep.
absolutely.
Hmm. My skills this year, I feel really good because right out of the gate, the canning one was at the top of my list. I should have videoed the dust on top of that thing. And I'm so glad that I got that one done. I'd say the other one that I feel like I'm running out of I say I'm running out of time, but I'm not. It's just that if if I want to get good at quilting, if I want to be able to quilt as good as my grandma, like I need to start. I need to start trying because it takes time and it takes practice, you know?
Yeah.
So I need to get to making some pot holders.
Yeah, and you could make them and not make them into pot holders. You can just make the squares and put a bunch together for a quilt.
That's what I was thinking. That's why because oh my gosh, all of the different patterns. Let's see, there's another picture in here that shows a bunch more of them. Hold on. You can tell they're quilting blocks. See? They're all quilting blocks, is what they are. So that's what I was thinking too, is I could totally do that.
You
But to,
totally could.
but to start out, while I'm getting the gist of things. Oh, look, here's one more picture of different kinds.
Oh,
While I'm trying to
pretty.
get the gist of things and maybe I'm not doing a very good job, I
See,
could use up the scrap fabric that I have, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. So think about this, right? So you could do that and you would be able to see the progression of how you're getting better
So
in one
true.
quilt. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what my plan is to take all the yarn that I'm making,
Uh-huh.
that I'm spinning, and make it into a throw. So it'll start with the first one, the second one, the third one that I've made. I'm not worried about colors.
Uh-huh.
But the point is I'll be able to see the yarn change over
Oh,
time.
no kidding. Yeah, that's cool.
Nothing to laugh at, Suburban Hillbilly. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. And yes,
Hey, that's awesome, Rebecca.
Barb, I know the problem here is there's always music going or something, and it's like,
Oh, you got to do voiceovers.
no, I can't.
I know what
That's
you're talking about because,
twice as much work.
it is. I don't know. Sometimes it's easier, but like if I just video it, because when I talk, I mean, especially on a video, it's just nonsense. I don't know how anybody can. Anyway, so
Yeah.
when I can do a voiceover, I can be very disciplined. I can be to the pointed, and I don't find that it's as time consuming because I have to edit out a bunch of stuff. Like when I do talk,
Oh,
yeah, I get
gotcha.
frustrated with myself.
Leanne said, Tammy, just buy charm squares and sew them together and sandwich them with backing fabric and batting and quilt that first.
Yeah. See, I got to figure out what all of that means. I don't know what a charm square is, other than I'm thinking square. And then I'm wondering what the difference is between backing fabric and batting. But this has backing fabric. So I guess the backing fabric is this thick stuff. And then I don't know what batting is. I'll have to look that up too. I got to figure out all that stuff and then hope I can cut straight. You
Uh,
know, with clothes, you cut your clothing pattern out. But with the quilts, everything's got to be just the right exact size, and you've got to make sure that you're sewing, at just the right exact seam allowance.
mhm.
Oh, when I voice over, it's so quiet.
Yeah, I've noticed that even for me, and I'm loud, but even for me, I have to turn the volume up because it's always
Really?
lower than my voice on a video compared to voiceover.
Okay, so I have to share. I had somebody complain that I was too loud. So I thought, oh shoot, my voiceover is louder than is quieter than the video. So then the video's too loud. So I've intentionally been going in and on the video, I've been lowering the percentage of the regular video to 74% so that my voiceover, yeah, they said my voiceover was, I don't know. And then they said my voiceover or the regular video was way louder than my voiceover. So I had to turn the regular video down so that my voiceover wasn't louder than the video. So that, does that make sense?
They have a remote control. They can lower their video, lower the volume and raise it.
I just want the sound to be consistent.
Oh, well, I usually just listen to it and make sure it's about the same because I did notice a big difference with the voiceover being lower.
On me?
On mine.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Did you
So
see
I,
what Leanne said? It's a 5-inch
oh,
block,
it's a 5-inch block. Okay.
and then she said the thick stuff is batting.
Okay.
Backing is one piece of fabric.
Oh, so this is not backing. Oh, okay. This is the batting then. Okay, I gotcha. All right, very cool. Thank you, Leanne, for the lesson. You should do lessons on your channel. Yeah, the shorts. On the shorts, yeah. Oh man, Leanne does do beautiful work. And I love it when she does the tours and
Oh yeah.
shows everybody's quilts. Oh, wow. Good to know.
Yep.
Yikes, I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I'll need to get like a microphone set up or something for my laptop.
When you're editing, you should be able to raise the volume of that clip of the audio of the voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's at 100. Maybe it's my editing thing.
I think I have to put mine up to 200 compared to a
Oh, it'll
regular
let you?
video.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know I could do that. I'll see if it lets me do that.
Yeah.
Kind of feeling like it won't, but I will take
Yeah,
another
give it a
look.
shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you for that, guys.
I mean, because the ironic part is you and I are not quiet.
Uh-uh.
So it's like weird,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I'm loud. I think I'm loud. Mm-hmm. Rebecca said I've got enough fabric to last the rest of my life.
I don't have fabric, but I got a lot of stuff.
Fabric can take over.
Yeah,
I have multiple bins of fabric. That's why I'm really excited about doing some quilting too. And I've been saving all of my little, pieces because I like to sew clothes.
right,
So I save the little scraps because I can use them for the quilting. It's kind of perfect.
right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any new gardening skills anybody's wanting to learn to like grow anything this year too? I want to try to grow some herbs that I use. And I grow some, but I really need to up my game with my herbal gardening.
Um, I I'm going to be growing bush
Good to
acorn
know.
squash.
CapCut for editing. I'll have to check that out. You're going to do what, Lisa?
Grow bush acorn squash.
Huh.
Hi,
I,
Kathleen.
I didn't know there was a bush acorn squash. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I got it from Territorial Seeds.
Hmm. Fun. Oh my gosh. Do you see what Leanne said? She's got rooms of fabric. That's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome,
Hey,
Karen.
Kathleen.
Try planting potatoes this year.
Turn down or off your video volume and your voiceover should be fine.
Yeah, I find that mine isn't. It's still too low, even at 100%.
Hmm. I'm usually about 6 inches from the phone mic. Yeah.
John wants me to grow lots of patty pan squash. He seems to enjoy those. I can't sit still long enough to make a quilt or crochet or blanket. Maybe later when I'm older, I'll slow down.
I can't sit still to watch movies for too long. I like to multitask when I'm doing those, but I
Yeah, I
don't.
like to crochet.
I like to crochet while I watch TV.
The spinner is nice and quiet. I can use it while we're watching
Hmm.
TV.
Yeah. And Barb, I do have the same problem when I'm sewing clothes. Like it's hard for me to sit there for that long. So I'm not somebody that sits down and sews something all in one shot. I
Right,
have to get up and move around. And I always feel like it's because I'm slow, but I'm slow overall in getting that project done because I don't just sit there and do it.
right. And that's okay.
Oh, look it. And the music, sometimes it blows you away on having the volume all the way up. On my channel, Kathleen, or you mean in general?
I think she means in general.
Oh, okay. Oh, look. Patty pan squash. That's going to be fun. I've never grown that before. Karen's going
Yeah,
to try potatoes. I want to try sweet potatoes this year.
yeah, Rebecca, I think you sent this to me also. In fact, I think we showed it on a live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if I show it?
Oh, Leanne, I'd love to see that. You know what I love about Leanne's quilts too? She's got such a wonderful eye for color. You know,
Yeah, I
like
don't have that.
I've seen some quilts where you're like, that's beautiful work. That's beautiful work. Not a color choice I would have chosen. Like,
Look,
but hers are beautiful. Oh my goodness.
that's Suburban Hillbilly.
Wow,
It
Rebecca, you are so talented.
is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Um, Gwen says better get your sweet potatoes started.
Okay. I think here I have more time, but
I think I have
I'm also
similar to.
still getting
Go
used
ahead.
to like when I grow stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I have some kind, not patty pan, but something similar.
Oh, I hear the seeds. It's that time. See, I'm almost with it getting warmer out. I'm like, okay, now I'm getting closer to like nerding out over the garden and stuff.
I got a buttercup one. Buttercup,
Hmm.
butterbush.
Delicious and fun to grow. They look like little flying saucers.
Yeah, Ryan used to grow them in Connecticut when he had his
How'd
garden
you
there.
cook them? Do you have to like? Do you have to like? Is there seeds inside of them? Are they hollow?
No, God, I haven't had one in years. He was growing them before I met him, but they do have seeds in them.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like a typical squash, though.
Hmm. Okay.
Leanne started onion seeds.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm skipping onions and tomatoes.
I think I'll be doing some onions for survival seeds. I don't know. They're not rewarding. I don't do well, and therefore I don't get rewarded. And it makes me
Yeah,
not want to do them again.
I haven't had luck with onion seeds.
Maybe this year I'll try some like high nitrogen fertilizer on them and see if that doesn't make a difference. Patty pan, not patty pants.
That's funny.
I still have to get my list together of everything that I'm doing, but I know I'm going to be doing all the survival seeds. So that's going to be pumpkins. And, I'm worried about when I grew pumpkins when we lived in the valley, I had the most awesome pumpkin little patch. I had like two vines that were about 12 feet long. I had several beautiful pumpkins that were just almost ready. I was just saving them. We had javelina because we lived right on like the around the bottom of South Mountain. We
Mm,
had javelina that came and got into our. There was an entire family in there woofing on my pumpkins. I was
rotten,
so bummed, so
rotten.
bummed.
I don't blame you, Barb. Try Dixondale, Barb.
Now I'm afraid it's gonna be deer.
I I'm trying to swap things around this year because I want the soil to, you know, kind of do what it needs to do, and
Yeah.
it needs a break. It needs to mix up.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, yeah. That's a lot of work too, Lisa. You remember last year I had to replace our dirt.
Yeah, we're not replacing anything because we're just going to add to it.
Yeah, yeah. So this, I'm not doing that again either. I had to. It
Yeah.
was like 6 inches of like dirt in a playground. Like, I
Yep.
mean, just, it was awful. Karen's asking what a javelina is. So it's spelled with a J. Um, and instead of, starts with a J. And then, are you getting it, Lisa?
Yeah.
It's the kind of pigs you get in Arizona. They're wild, but they're not pigs. They're actually related to like rodents or something. And there he is. Here's your, it almost looks like, yep, that's a javelina. And they
Nasty.
stink. And you can go hunting for them in Arizona, but you've got to remove this one gland or you will not be able to eat them. And it's like a big chore. So like my husband was never even interested in hunting javelina. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Gwen, for sharing that. Bunch of dang pigs. Yeah. So my son-in-law went out to go take trash out and he came running back in the house when this happened. He had a javelina scare. There was
Oh,
like 8 of them out there because all the
oh.
family sticks together. So that picture did look like a wolf, but they don't in real life they don't look like a wolf. They look like a little fat pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're wild and they can be aggressive.
Yep. It's like
Mhm.
them wild hogs.
Mhm. They ate all my pumpkins and I'm so worried the deer are going to do the same thing.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a fence up.
Yeah. Yeah. I know
You
my
know.
daughter's going to do something different with her area of the garden down there. And the grandbabies are excited because they get to grow some things this year. So that'll
Oh,
be fun.
nice.
Hmm.
Absolutely, Karen.
Learn something new every day. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah. It's good for you. Make you good at other stuff.
That's right. So, what other goals are you guys working on? Or what kind of skills are you trying to learn to help reach your goals?
Yeah. And we're almost at the end of February. If anybody feels like they've knocked out one of their goals, share it because we're 2 months in. I think for the rest of this year, like I definitely need to start on the quilting, and I still want to get better with the canning. I'm still doing like beginner canning recipes because I want to just get so used to the rhythm of it,
Right.
and with the pressure canning in particular. And Lots of wild hogs back in the forest behind where we live, Barb said.
Some of the extension offices have this thing about being a master food preservationist,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, that's cool.
it's like online classes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
usually they make you take it for like cottage classes. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry, cottage food sales.
Yeah.
But I know South Dakota is offering some kind of master food preservationist. It
Oh, that's
doesn't benefit
cool.
me to have it except for the knowledge, but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how much it is, but I know you have other stuff going on too, so it's
Yeah.
not the time, but
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. YouTube is going to have to be my teachers and books. Basically, those two things for me to
the
get
book
that
should be
down.
more of a teacher than YouTube.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they are too. The books are really helpful. What YouTube is helpful for is you read it in your book. Oh my gosh, and that little book, that's the one that I just I hover over pretty much throughout my entire canning session, right? But watching people on YouTube, because they'll do the recipes that are in your books, right? So it's kind of cool to see how they do them and how those turn out. Projects I bought like 5 years ago actually started. Oh, there you go, Leanne. Pick one.
One small step at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had my canner since 2023 and I just now used it.
That's normal, Heather. That's normal, but just try to work on, if you add to the list, maybe start a new list, and that way you can not be
Mm-hmm.
so intimidated. Like prioritize which 3 you're going to work on, or 2,
Yeah.
or even 1, so you can get caught up and feel good about it.
Yeah. And identify the best times too, because you know how Lisa and I were talking about, we both like to crochet at night. So any crochet projects, those get nighttime attention versus like during the day. Maybe you like to sew, in the middle of the afternoon in the summer when it gets hot or something.
Yep. Yep. The other thing is me joining that fiber group
Mm-hmm.
was one of the best things I did for many reasons. But I found that it forced me to have something to bring to work on.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
even if I was making a hat and the only time I worked on it was the fiber group, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It made me work on something because I had to show up with something to work on.
Yeah.
And that was super, super helpful.
Yeah. No kidding. They're like your accountability buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And that's not even the plan, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's like we all go there and we chit chat while we work on our stuff, and it's like I can't just sit there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if it's crocheting a washcloth or a dishcloth, it's nice to be able to have that accountability. Like even in the summertime when we only meet twice a month, compared to the winter where it's weekly,
Yeah.
um, you know, I've got to find something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look what Leanne said.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Yeah, they have a spinner group here and they have retreats. I'm just not keen on retreats, so I would probably just go to the club.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in Rapid City. I don't want to drive.
Yeah, that's a long way. That's a long way. And if hubby drives, then he's got to have something to do.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, if I was going, I wouldn't have him drive. I drive myself.
I love driven places.
People quilt or cross stitch needlepoint in your fiber group. Um, they don't do it in our fiber group, quilting, but mainly because you would have to have like room. We're in the library. But usually what they do is they knit, they um needle felt, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they spin, they bring their spinners, whether it's the manual or the electric.
Mm-hmm.
They weave baskets. They've also brought small weaving looms and all that.
That's
So,
cool. All right. By the way, we've only got a couple more minutes,
yep.
everybody.
So the electric canners are not approved. Not approved. I'm going to start with that. I have one. I love it. I use it for very small batches. Never had an issue. And it works well for me. But the big thing that people don't like about them is they're not approved.
Does it do water bath canning or just pressure canning?
It does both.
Nice.
It's just there's limitations, like you can't do quartz water bath.
Okay.
But quite honestly, I use mine mainly for overflow. If it doesn't fit.
Did you see Spartan Man?
Yes, hey Spart Man. You talk about you, Spart Man. So I know that they make an electric water bath canner by Ball. So, but you know, you have to do your research. That's not something I can recommend to somebody. I just like mine, but
I like small
again,
batch too.
not approved.
Yeah. Yeah, Leanne mega cans.
Oh yeah, Leanne, that totally makes sense for you.
Yeah.
I totally get it. But for me, like I make chicken stock weekly. So I have five, pints that I'm going to put in there, and it works out great. And quite honestly, I think the electric canner does a lot better job of maintaining than my stove does.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that stove. I have to monkey with it constantly.
But I mean, during canning season, so say I may have my pressure canner going, and I have 3 extra jars that won't fit in there. So I throw them in the pressure canner, in my electric canner.
Oh, I gotcha.
Or if I'm water bathing and I have extra jars, I put in.
It's kind of like an extra. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, Heather. Well,
I didn't want another appliance either, and I bought that before the air fryer.
Yeah. Right, I think we're at time.
Oh shoot, yeah. Okay, sorry. The timer person has been sleeping on the job lately. So. All right, guys, well, get working on your goals, get quilting, do whatever you got to do your research.
Yeah.
Learn all the skills.
You're fixing to start month 3 of the year. So make sure you feel like you've got some accomplishments. All of those little steps count.
And next week, we're going to be on Mountain Grandma's channel. So come prepared to tell us all about your goals, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for being here.